Thanks very much. Thank you. It's nearly 6:30. Stay with us. It's time to join the BBC's news teams where you are. Goodbye.
Good evening and welcome to a special edition of Northwest Tonight, live from Chester on the evening that the Olympic flame finally arrived in this region for the very first time. It crossed the border from Wales a few minutes ago. It's weaving its way through the city streets, heading to a big party here at the city's racecourse. Coming up in the programme, running home, the moment that gymnast Beth Tweddle carried the flame into her home county, the city where she went to school.
The crowds came out and they just gave me a very warm welcome, and it's not just for myself, it's for everyone that supported me and obviously the whole of Saltney.
The stories behind the stars of the show. We'll hear how these torchbearers earned their place in history. First past the post, the champion of the racing world, who'll run today's final furlong. And the Roman Guards providing the salute to tell the city and its heritage to the world.
I am right in the thick of it with some of the 25,000 people who have got tickets here for this really special event, and they're all waiting, of course, to see that Olympic flame arrive and light that cauldron on stage here at Chester Racecourse.
Annabelle, right down in the thick of it, we'll hear lots from some of the people who are down there enjoying the show tonight, waiting for the arrival of the Olympic torch. It will come in from that end of the racecourse in around about 10-12 minutes time. We've got some pictures as it makes its way through the city of Chester now. This is the Olympic flame on its 8,000-mile journey around the country, and it crossed into England just a few minutes ago, carried by Beth Tweddle, born and raised in Chester, now based, of course, in Liverpool, a multiple world gymnastic champion who had the honour of bringing it into the Northwest for the very first time. And here's what she thought of it.
It's not just for myself, it's for everyone that supported me and obviously the whole of Saltney, so that they feel a part of the Olympics.
It must feel like really close now.
It is, it's so close to be, I mean, for an athlete it still seems so far away, but for obviously these guys it really means the Olympics is nearly here.
Beth Tweddle, who had the honour of bringing it into her home region then, 25,000 people down there. This is about the only place you can actually hear yourself think. It's so noisy down there. Kate Sims is there as well. We'll hear from her in a minute, right down at the front, in front of the stage. Annabelle as well. And we'll be back in the studio for the rest of the day's news as well during the course of the next half hour. But let's just reflect on the way that the torch has made its way here, on the excitement in this city, a city with such history and such heritage, which has welcomed the torch into England for this latest leg of the torch relay, which culminates, of course, at the Olympic opening ceremony in London. And Kate has been taking a look at just how Chester is preparing to give the flame a golden welcome.
Getting ready for an Olympic ovation.
You probably only get to see it once, and it's really a big opportunity to be able to cheerlead when it comes past. It'll be a very good experience for lots of people to watch it go past.
The torch passes near Overley St Mary's School as it enters Chester. If you don't do dancing, there are hats to be made.
I think it's given us the opportunity to make this week and next week memorable for the children. They'll all remember what they did when the Olympic torch came through Chester.
They're not the only ones putting on a display. In the city centre, specially commissioned torch baskets adorn the lampposts, while bunting flags flutter all round. In fact, there's 2.5 kilometres of the stuff, along with 3 kilometres of crowd barriers, not forgetting the 250 portable toilets. It's a big operation, but then it's been months and more in the planning.
We fought very hard to bring the torch to Chester, because it's got a very ancient history. The Romans did a lot of work in the amphitheatre in terms of sports, not the sort that we do these days, obviously, but it's a great opportunity to showcase Chester as a visitor attraction.
And the visitors are definitely in town.
I've come specially from Crewe because it's a once in a lifetime to see the Olympic torch.
We've been a lot busy because of the torch, yeah.
Are you looking forward to seeing it?
I mightn't be here anyway, so I've got to go.
Can you show me your best cheer?
Yay!
And for workers, well, this is one day you don't mind being late home.
We've not been able to get out, so we thought we'd all go up to the top floor, make the most of the day, open some champagne and really enjoy ourselves.
And watch from the window.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, it's a good idea. We'll probably have the best view in Chester from up there, so.
The torch leaves Chester tomorrow, but officials hope it will leave a big impression. This is the Chester Academy. It was set up a year ago to get more people in the city taking up sport, and it's aiming high.
It's really to inspire people to get involved, get active, and let's produce some Olympic champions for 2016.
Who knows, there could be a future Olympian here.
Well, as I said earlier, there are thousands of people here today, all basking in this absolutely glorious sunshine. Let's have a word with some of them. Hello, how long have you been here? Really? And are you enjoying yourself? Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? And the sunshine, that's a bonus for us, isn't it? Hello, how long have you been here? And what's been the highlight so far?
Seeing my dad, like, getting interviewed by interviewers and meeting the crowd, it's just been amazing.
And how excited are we to see the torch?
Oh, it's wonderful. Wonderful it's here in Chester. Yeah, it's great.
It's such a big moment for us, isn't it? Hello, you've been waiting quite a long time, I know, haven't you? What are you looking forward to the most?
Seeing the torch. So definitely seeing the torch.
I mean, this is like something we're never going to see in our lifetime again, isn't it?
Definitely. Especially for me.
Well, hopefully we're going to see it very, very soon, so keep poised. Now, this torch is going to go through something like 1,000 towns and villages across Britain, and 8,000 very lucky people have been chosen to be torch bearers. Now, in Chester, we have Margaret McKeegan, Alex Staniforth and Ian Powell. Well, why have they all been chosen? Here's why.
Five years ago, my step-grandson was killed. His dad had done 24 years in the army. And I thought, yes, we honour the dead, but we do have to consider the injured. So I decided that I would start fundraising. You think, could you live with half of these injuries? And these are only youngsters. They've got maybe 50 years of living like this. You know, they've lost their limbs, they've lost their eyesight, they've spinal injuries, all sorts, as well as the mental trauma. You know, let's help them all we can.
On the 23rd.
I'm 78, you know. I mean, how the hell I'm going to run with a torch, I do not know. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
My dad, you know, he did the National Free Peaks himself, and I got the idea of doing it myself, but on my own. Last July, I became the youngest person ever to do the Free Peaks Challenge solo, and I raised £1,700 for the Red Endangered Animal Connection Trust and Breakthrough Breast Cancer. And I still recall that feeling of walking through the gates after 21 hours and feeling absolutely dreadful but elated, and that's given me the confidence to aim higher, and it's probably the best memory of my life. My friend's mum, she nominated me after she saw me in the paper about my Free Peaks Challenge, and you know, she thought that, you know, that I deserved the chance to run with the torch, and I could not believe it.
It's spinal condition, which basically means the nerves go from the brain to where they should go. So, but I'm quite lucky really, because depending on where the hole is in your spine, it varies your disabilities. Stuff's got a little bit more difficult as you grow old, like things like getting a house, getting like relationships, girlfriends, married, and that kind of thing. Like things are changing a little bit, but you just get on with it. It's a great honour because there's only 8,000 in the whole country that are doing it. So to get picked is it's a group privilege.
And take a look at this. The Olympic flame has arrived in Chester. Jason Maguire on board Overturn, on which he won the Chester Cup last year, bringing the flame all the way on its journey from Mount Olympus, on its way to London for the start of the Olympic Games at the end of July. But now in front of 25,000 proud people of Chester, Jason Maguire carries it aboard his horse down the finishing straight here and preparing to move onto the stage to light the Olympic cauldron. Mike Jones, Councillor Mike Jones, the leader of Cheshire West and Chester Council, is with me. You must be very proud.
Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? I do feel very proud. Born in the city and brought up in the city. It's a wonderful moment to see the atmosphere. It just feels fantastic, doesn't it?
And it's cost the council money.
It has.
These are tough times, but right now you must feel it's worth every penny.
Yeah, well, we've looked after our budget in the council. It's in our, and this money's in our budget, and it's about promoting the city, and it's doing just that.
Well, Jason Maguire, an Overturn, which is a horse, of course, trained in Cheshire at the famous McCain stables in Chumley. Jason Maguire will dismount. The flame, as you can see, being taken off by one of the stable lads as Jason will get off the horse and prepare to walk down the final straight, the final stretch onto the stage where the cauldron will be lit here in Chester. Let's go to Annabelle, right in the thick of it.
I don't think the horse is used to running that way. It's normally the other way to the finish line.
We can't quite hear Annabelle, but you can see the pictures. The pictures speak for themselves. Here we go. Look at that! Look at that! The cauldron is lit here in Chester. The Olympic flame for the very first time has arrived in the northwest of England. It'll be here for a few days. It goes to the Isle of Man at the weekend. It heads out of the county tomorrow, only to come back. It's in Bolton on Thursday night. It'll be in Liverpool on Friday, and just look at it blazing away there as part of this amazing journey. Just today, day 11, 79 miles, just over 79 miles from Beaumaris in Wales to Chester. 20 communities, 125 torchbearers, and look on stage, here comes Kate Sims to talk to Jason Maguire.
Ladies and gentlemen, didn't he do a great job? Jason, I know you've had some big moments in your career, like winning the Grand National last year, but what was that like for you?
Oh, it was just fantastic. It's a great honour to do it, and it's just great to see such big crowds out today, and it was brilliant.
Now, I had the privilege of meeting your horse Overturn yesterday. He's a beautiful animal. He's a bit frisky, though. How did he cope with that arrival just then?
Yeah, he was good. We put some earmuffs in him just to keep the noise down, but he was better than I expected him to be honest, but no, he was brilliant.
And now he is a special horse because he's great on the flat, he's great on the hurdles. He's really an athlete himself, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a fantastic horse. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He goes out from the front every time and tries his heart out, so just really proud of the horse.
Now, no Olympics for you, obviously. Next stop, though, is Ascot, I believe. What are you hoping for there?
Yeah, hopefully for a big run for him. Obviously, he was second here last time, so there's no reason why he won't put up a big performance again.
Now, final question, Jason. Everyone is looking at this wonderful torch and wondering, what happens to it now? So do you get it, or does the horse get it?
I think the horse's owner actually gets it, so...
You don't get to keep it?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. Jason, thank you very much. Chester, thank you very much. Give everyone a wave.
She knows how to work a crowd, that girl, doesn't she? 25,000 people here, right in the infield of Chester Racecourse, and as Mike Jones was saying to me, probably Overturn was a bit confused. He went the wrong way down the finishing straight here at Chester, but it's great, isn't it? Brilliant.
It's absolutely stunning. And as I say, the atmosphere is brilliant. It's a great way to celebrate the torch coming to Chester and to celebrate what a great city Chester is.
Mike, thanks for your time. Appreciate you talking to us. Congratulations so far on a great event. It's going to be a good night.
I'm very pleased, and I think the team of organisers have done a fantastic job, and thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for talking to us. Councillor Mike Jones there. There is other stuff happening today. You'll understand it's a huge event for the North West. It's a massive event for Cheshire, an enormous event for Chester, but lots of other things to round up as well. Let's go back to the studio for a roundup of the rest of the day's news now.
Thanks, Roger. Good evening. Lancashire Police is urging victims. And that's it from me. Let's go back to Chester and join Roger and Annabelle. Roger.
Thanks very much indeed, Stuart. Welcome back to Chester. The party is in full swing behind us, as you can hear. 25,000 people down on the stage. We've pulled a few of them out to come and chat to us. Now, you guys are from the Moment When. Just tell us a little bit about what that is.
It's a huge performance happening tonight, 9:15. It's organised by Cheshire Dance, Walk the Plank and Upswing Aerial. It's a really high quality performance. It brings together performers from all across Cheshire. We've got break dancers, free runners, stilt walkers, community youth groups as well, and professionals.
And they're all going to be performing out here, Georgia, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's a big scale thing on the steps over there, and there's about 500 people from different primary schools and youth groups everywhere.
And you're all excited about it?
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you make of this? It's incredible, isn't it?
It's really amazing, yeah. It's just looking at how many people are out there, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's really...
And just tell me quickly where you're all from, because you're from all round Cheshire, aren't you? You're from Haslington and Crewe. What about the rest of you? Where are you
I'm from Congleton, Hazelgrove, Moulton,
Disley.
Oh, everyone's from everywhere. That's fantastic. Well, it's brilliant. I hope tonight goes well. I think we were supposed to say break a leg, aren't we? But maybe that's what they say to performers. Not literally, but good luck. I hope it really goes really well. It's fantastic out here. Brilliant scenes here. Sun shining. Annabelle, you've made it out of the crowd.
I've got my hearing back as well. I can hear you now.
Is it very, very loud down there?
It is really loud, but the atmosphere was fantastic. I mean, everyone is just getting into the swing of it. Everybody was singing, they were waving their hands. Unfortunately, I couldn't see, even though I seemed to have pole position down there, I couldn't actually see Jason Maguire at all until he eventually got onto the stage.
So you saw the big moment?
I eventually saw the big moment, but you know, people were really quite emotional around me.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny how it's really affected people. It was fantastic.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's a city with such heritage. Such a history, and yet this is something new, completely new.
Well, absolutely, and I mean, talking of the heritage, obviously we saw there was a Roman welcome for Beth Tweddle earlier, and that Roman history, that Roman heritage is something that this city, this historic city, really wants to build on and make this their big day in the spotlight. Well, Eno Erator's been to meet some of the men and the swords and the shields.
Training for one of the most important days of their lives. Chester's Roman legionnaires have been putting in a hard graft ever since they found out they were going to be escorting the Olympic torch through the city.
Vexillatio, gladius!
But what exactly have the Romans ever done for Chester?
Chester was actually the biggest Roman legionary fortress in the UK. The first legion that came here came from Ravenna in Italy. They were the second Adiatrix Legion. When they left, the 20th Legion came in. We're talking about 100 AD now.
So that was nearly 2,000 years ago, and the city wasn't founded by the Romans for nothing.
Chester was a very strategic point. I think it was the highest bridge point on the river, where it ceases to be tidal, and it's thought it might have been the starting off point for a Roman invasion of Ireland, but which never actually occurred.
Now, the city's amphitheatre was only discovered in 1900. It is believed to be the biggest in the country, perfect training grounds for the Roman soldiers.
We're going to attempt to run in 68 pounds of armour, to run as fast as the torch can go and make sure it's safe and bring it into the city.
It's with pride for us, because we've been picked to do something which is, it's not going to happen again.
Very few people get the chance to actually mix what they actually do as a job with something as, auspicious as escorting the torch through the city where we actually work.
Thousands have lined the streets of Chester to see the torch today, and one of its most significant stops outside one of the oldest buildings in Chester's heritage for a blessing.
It's hugely exciting, because the route sort of goes round the city itself, taking in some of those important points, and then coming up to the town hall and then down to the racecourse for the evening celebration. It sort of emphasises, I suppose, the importance of the city, connecting this part of the world with the Olympics.
And it's that type of inclusion which has made people here very happy about the torch coming to their city. Eno Erator, BBC North West Tonight in Chester.
Now let's talk to one of the people who was lucky enough today, the envy of everybody, to run with the Olympic torch. Alex, where did you run?
I ran from the Mill Street in Hambridge over the Old Dee Bridge, then right down the Groves along the River Dee near to Tutors Lane.
Brilliant.
And why did you get chosen? What made you that special person?
Last July I became the youngest person ever to complete the National Free Peaks Challenge on my own. I raised £700 for Cancer Research UK and the Red and Danger Animal Connection Trust.
brilliant. And we saw some pictures, we've got some pictures of the torch going through Chester. Such a historic backdrop, of course, for such an historic flame, of course, because the Olympics goes back so many centuries. It was brilliant, but it's actually the first time it's been here, so a first for Chester as well. It's such a glorious evening. I think we only have one person to thank, really. You need your sunglasses tonight, Di.
You do need your sunglasses tonight. And as you say, first time it's arrived in Cheshire. It doesn't actually stay in the northwest of England very long. It moves down into Staffordshire as we go through tomorrow. So it leaves us for a short while. But on Thursday, it comes back into Cheshire, starting the day in Stoke. Then it moves north through Crewe, through Tatton Park. It then heads on through Runcorn, through Warrington, and it ends the day in Bolton. On Friday, it's Lancashire's turn. Harwich, Chorley, Ormskirk, and then threading its way through Merseyside. We're going around through Southport, St Helens to Knowsley, and then ending the day with a huge celebration in Liverpool, the beautiful city of Liverpool, and we will be there live. We'll be there with an hour-long special. On Saturday, crossing the Irish Sea, and then heading through Douglas and ending the day in Castletown. So, we can't guarantee warm temperatures, but we can always guarantee a warm welcome in the northwest of England. The weather will definitely change. Yesterday, we saw temperatures of 26 degrees. Today, we've cooled down a little bit to 21. And if we take a look at the outlook for the next couple of days, you can see that things are definitely starting to change. Temperatures really back to normal. A lot of cloud cover, and from time to time, there will be some showers. Through this evening and overnight tonight, though, make the most of this evening. There's an awful lot of sunshine around. I know the people in Chester will be absolutely thrilled that the weather stays fine for them tonight, because this is just a picture-perfect evening for a fantastic celebration. So it's patchy cloud and it's clear spells through the night tonight. Now, I think temperature's a little bit cooler, I think 9 Celsius for some, but you can still see on the chart we'll be talking about 12 and 13 degrees. And then for tomorrow, well, once again, a lot of cloud cover every now and then. There will be some patchy clouds breaking to allow some sunny spells to come through every now and then. But you will notice perhaps 1 or 2 showers. We're not entirely confident about where they will turn up, but there could be 1 or 2 turning up every now and then. Where you've got those, well, what you will find is some of them will be heavy, and there could be a rumble of thunder from time to time. But for the next couple of days after that, we do turn a lot more unsettled. It's back to the weather that we'd normally expect in the northwest of England. And as I said, you cannot expect warm temperatures, but the torch can expect a warm welcome wherever it goes.
And it's such a wonderful thing. It's something that we're not going to see again in our lifetimes, is it?
To arrive in Chester on that magnificent horse, it took your breath away, didn't it?
Absolutely. I thought it was amazing.
Everybody's trying to get a little view of this. As I said, there are 25,000 people down there who had tickets, but there are people over there, there are people on balconies, there are people standing crowded around there. Such an event that we're never going to see again, but it's been a fantastic day, hasn't it?
It's been great. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.